Hi, greetings from a rocky stream. I like this. There's no water, just the rain coming down and getting soaked up. Let's do this. Okay, this is the subject is a fan from the other side of the world. I keep all information private as usual. Hello, Kurt. My name is Nani Nani. I'm 2099 is just Japanese for whatever, something to blank it out. I'm something years old, in your late 20s, mid 20s, and I live in something. I have been familiar with your videos on YouTube for quite some time. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for inviting everyone into your life through your videos. I'm sure your efforts exploring, editing, and sharing your experiences are extremely time-consuming, especially on top of having a family and a job. Yeah, they are, but you know what? It's like time-consuming the way that reading a good book is, right? I mean, it's time-consuming to read a good book, but boy, does it fly by. I am a student who is, and the tricky part is to balance all the other stuff, right? And it's really tricky, especially with a kid, and a wife, because you don't want to sacrifice the time, the valuable and precious time with them for these other more intangible pursuits. So there is a hierarchy in terms of that. I'm a student who is trying to figure out what my paths in life will be. I think I like the way that you distinguish that, because you can have multiple paths sequentially, in series or concurrently. I love this rain. This is great. I tend to gravitate. Let me switch hands here. Let's go. I tend to gravitate towards many interests, one of which is cultural relations and understanding, which can make focusing difficult. I try to be open-minded and see the world through many lenses. I located your channels on YouTube years ago, likely due to my fascination with particular Japanese cultural traits. I know I do not know you personally, but, we kind of know one another, or at least you know me, and I'm getting to know you. I do not know you personally, because, really, in fact, I think the face-to-face stuff is given more weight than it really deserves, because in the end, it's all stimulus coming through the senses, being interpreted and translated by our brains. And whether it comes through reading an email or face-to-face, certainly it's a richer experience with the face-to-face, but nonetheless meaningful in both cases. I do not know you personally, but through the manner of your videos, presentation, tone, and content, I can tell that you see life from a unique and special vantage point. I know that I'm being very forward, but I feel it necessary to contact certain people whom I admire. I sense that through your stories, adventures, wanderings, that you take much of what you are experiencing with you. Some of the few who have made an indelible impression upon my thoughts, concerns, and ruminations are Carl Sagan, yes, Joyce Bell, Jocelyn Bell, I have to look her up, Democritus, I'm sorry if I said it wrong, new name for me, and David Attenborough. I love David. I make it a point to attempt communication with those who are still living. I do not know how I might feel were I to never speak with or meet one of these people who leave such an important print on the shadow of humanity's brief flash in time. Wow. You're a good writer. Switch hands again. Ominous thunder. I only wish wouldn't it be terrible? Lightning strike. I shouldn't be standing out in the open like that. Well, there's those poles. Look at it. I only wish to convey. I should be. The hell with it. No, I can't take a risk. I'm a father. I will stand here by the edge. Yes, better. I only wish to convey my appreciation for the experiences which with us you most plentifully share. You seem a gentle, empathetic, and caring soul whose experiences have given you a very unique path on life's great journey. Each person follows a unique path with direction, but it seems not everyone has the magnitude of wisdom such as yourself. That wisdom allows us to attempt to feel the universe of which we are an inseparable component, however small. Please know I am not asking you to do anything. I just need to appreciate and acknowledge those who have added momentum to my life. You are a very special person to take the time to do that type of thing. I'm going to take a lesson from you, because there have been lots of people who have added to my life greatly, and I'm not as diligent or as good about letting them know. I have some professors that I need to contact. Thank you for your life example. I imagine humans are a network of neurons, and for brief moments they share electrical impulses or thoughts when we are not so clouded by the reptilian instincts of our brain's ancient core. Ooh, some metaphysical stuff, you know. You know, that I'm talking about metaphysical stuff isn't the, isn't, you know, the, I'm not talking about, you know, parapsychology or anything like that. I'm talking about viewing the universe from various perspectives, where from one perspective, this perspective we see on this video right now, you and I are individuals, but from another perspective we become more like nodes within a larger consciousness and a larger brain. It's not a new thought, but it's an interesting one for sure. Let's plunk down, sit down. Alrighty, here we go. I like the way you talk about the reptilian instincts. You know, our brains have those different layers, you know, that reptilian layer down below that regulates all of the essential processes, you know, the lusts, the passion, I don't know if the passion's a part of it, lust certainly is, hunger, aggression, things like that. But then we have that newer brain above us, the big cortex up there that allows us to do what we would consider our more higher functions. Maybe that energy will just maintain a pathway. Let's go back just a bit. I imagine humans are a network of neurons, and for brief moments they share electrical impulses or thoughts when we are not so clouded by the reptilian instincts of our brain's ancient core. That's cool. Maybe that energy will just maintain a pathway, but perhaps if we are lucky, start a new one or celebrating one's completion. I am not religious, but there is a saying, technically a prayer, of which I remind myself when the journey is rough or unclear. It is one that I feel characterizes your understanding of life, and at the very least, impression of life. I am not attempting to ingratiate myself with you for some bizarre reason, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but I feel I can believe you for what I see, and I often don't feel that way. Maybe you already know it. A Navajo prayer. Here it is. Here's the Navajo prayer. As I walk, the universe is walking with me. In beauty it walks before me. In beauty it walks behind me. In beauty it walks below me. In beauty it walks above me. Beauty on every side. As I walk with beauty. Thank you, Kurt, and I wish you the greatest happiness in your endeavors. Most sincerely, and there's your name. Wow! I have heard that prayer once before, a long, long time ago. I had no idea that it was a Navajo prayer or the origin. I like that. Thank you for your nice compliment. Like my father. My father struggled to take compliments, and at the end he simply said, "Thank you." He said, "Thank you." Say a kind thank you. Don't deny the sentiment because it wasn't yours and it was someone else's to offer, and let them give it to you as a gift. And I thank you for that gift. If there's any sincerity in it, it's probably because. This moment is my motive. There's nothing ulterior, or that's really wanting that motivates me to be anything other than as plain and forthright and silly and nonsensical, and if I'm lucky, a little bit inspired along the course of my living. And if some people see that. I guess that comes through. Then I'm grateful, and I'm encouraged by that. I'm encouraged to try to continue that walk, you know, because it's what all it is. It gets more substantive as time goes by, as the superfluous, nonsensical distractions of the world, mostly the worldly things, like my wife was saying today. When we go back to the States, she told me she wants little of the world. She wants time and experience. She wants to make memories with our daughter, especially while she's young, and to have more laughter and pleasant moments. To maybe she wouldn't agree about getting wet in the rain because her hair gets that way, but for me, I would say something like that. And I guess in that capacity, there's lots of living yet to be done, and lots of sharing yet to be done, and the rain is starting to come down. It feels good. Thank you, my friend, for taking the time to write to me. You made me feel very good, very happy today. Thank you, and I hope to hear from you again.